Testing Google Analytics in real time is very easy. In continuation from a previous video about how to use the GA Debugger Chrome extension tool to test your site, we're going to show you how to test your site and Google Analytics using the GA RealTime Reports. A couple of things to remind you to make sure you have installed. First, please use the Google Chrome browser. Once you have Google Chrome browser installed and open, search for the Google Analytics URL Builder Chrome extension. This is a free add-on for the browser that will aid in testing Google Analytics in real time. Once you have this installed, it will show up here in the top right section of your Chrome browser window. You'll see it looks like a little shopping cart with GA written inside. Next, go to the site that you want to test. Copy the URL that you have for your site. In this case, it's just taginspector.com. Now you can toggle on the Google Analytics URL Builder Chrome extension and paste your URL here. Step 2 involves modifying the source, medium, and campaign. This is what Google Analytics will look at to see where you're coming from. The reason we modify this is to isolate your particular visit so that in GA Real-Time Reports you can see your activity and test it instead of looking at any other visitor on your site at the same time. So in this case, we're going to put InfoTrust Test as the source, medium, and campaign here. You'll notice the final URL will be populated using this Chrome extension, and you can copy that to the clipboard. Take the URL here that has been created for you and paste in your URL bar. And you'll notice now you have UTM parameters in your URL, such as UTM source, UTM medium, UTM campaign. Again, I'll show you in Google Analytics Real-Time Reports where this will show up. If you refresh the page with these parameters attached, as long as the parameters are persistent on the first page you go to, you will now be able to see yourself in the Google Analytics Real-Time Reports. So going over to Google Analytics for this site and this property that's loading on this site, if you go under the real-time section and traffic sources, you'll now be able to see the source that you put in and the medium with the Google Analytics URL Builder Chrome extension. If your site has a lot of visits and you don't see your source or medium, that's okay. Use this search filter option here and type in the parameter that you set using the Google Analytics URL Builder Chrome extension. This will filter all visits to only the ones that have the medium or source set as whatever you searched for. So in this case, InfoTrust Test is what I modified this URL to include for UTM campaign, UTM medium, and UTM source. So now in Google Analytics Real Time, I'm only looking at my activity on the site. And this is how I can test different pages or actions or events that I interact with on the site that I'm testing. So if I toggle now to the Content Real-Time Report, you'll notice the medium filter for InfoTrust Test persists, and it shows you which page you are on right now. So if I were to click to Plans and Pricing, for example, even though the URL dropped the UTM parameters on the second page, it is persistent here, and you'll notice that active page will update to now the new page that I just toggled to. Real-time reports are very useful for testing your site, so happy analyzing!